is a non-profit organization that was established after the revolution here in Egypt, when a group of 7 Egyptian American and Egyptian professionals from the Harvard and the MIT community got together and asked the simple question, what can we do to move ideas to action on the ground in Egypt? And tonight we have some of the professors, maybe Dr. Ahmed Samir Mady, the postdoctoral Harvard fellow and the co-founder of Negma Egypt. Hello, sir.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Just a quick correction. I'm not a professor yet.
You're not a professor yet?
Yeah, so I'm a postdoctoral fellow at Harvard. My name is Ahmed Samir Mady, and I'm currently a 4th-year postdoctoral fellow at Harvard University at the Cardiovascular Research Center.
Yes.
Over there.
Okay, so tell me more. Firstly, let's talk about Negma.
Sure.
What do you think about maybe founding or starting such an organization or a project here in Egypt?
Sure. Negma was founded by 7 Egyptians and Egyptian American professionals at Harvard, MIT, including myself. So after the January 25th uprising, after the revolution, we felt that we need to do something for the country. And that's when we came together and we start thinking, what can we do to help from abroad? Because we couldn't participate physically in the revolution on the ground. So we came together and discussed many ideas, and that's when Egypt Negma was born at that moment. Egypt Negma, simply, it's a non-profit organization.
What are the main aims of the organization?
The main aims is to help social entrepreneurs and social innovators that have dreams and have projects that can be implemented on the ground in Egypt and try to put their ideas into action.
That's the main aim.
That's the main aim.
So you said that maybe you wanted to make dreams come true on the ground here in Egypt.
Sure.
So far, did you manage to do such thing?
So last year we held a competition. More than 40 applicants applied for this competition. We selected 10 finalists. 3 of them won the Impact Egypt competition, and we helped them implement their ideas into action on the ground last year.
Can you tell us more about these ideas?
So the 3 finalists that won the competition, the first one was a center for handicapped people. They help handicapped people to put some efforts to help them learn skills and help them find jobs later on and become somebody that can really participate and have an impact in the society. The second one was a fabrication lab. It's called the Fab Lab. It's an idea that was started by a group of Egyptians at MIT, and it's a very simple idea that it's kind of a lab that can fabricate any type of project and any type of if you have any ideas that you want to implement on the ground, you can fabricate it first in this fabrication lab, and then later on you can find about all the difficulties and cost and everything about it in this lab. The third one was a Teach for Egypt. It's a project related to the teaching in the country, and it's headed by a group at Stanford University.
Okay, so these were the ideas that the 3 finalists of the competition of last year. So a big question or a big point regarding your organization or institution is the financing. How would you provide money to make dreams come true for Egyptians?
So we don't provide money for the projects, but we help them to get connected to investors. So one of the idea of our organization is trying to help all the ideas, even not only the 3 finalists, the 10 projects that we selected as finalists to come to participate in the conference, to connect them with investors. So we invited big investors last year from different organizations to listen and see if they are interested to invest in one of the projects.
So you link the holders of the idea or the creators of the ideas with the investment.
Exactly.
That's the main aim.
Not the main aim. That's one of the aims.
The main role, maybe.
One of the one of the main goals.
So on the ground, how did it seem in terms of challenges? Like you mentioned, taking the ideas into real action and making it a live project. What are the challenges that you believe upon initiating this sort of a project or initiative that you faced?
So most of the challenges are faced by the finalists themselves. So we try to help, but we cannot make the idea into action by ourselves. So we try to help them provide mentorship. We try to help them get connected with investors. We help them incubate their ideas on the ground to our partners on the ground. We try also to provide workshops that can help them learn more about the difficulties and the challenges that they might face, but we cannot actually solve all the challenges. I believe one of the challenges that some of the projects faced when they came here is the different system. For example, one of the projects is related to teaching, and teaching in the United States is different from teaching in Egypt. And there are a lot of challenges that you might face to start such a project. Some related to the system, some related to the culture of the people themselves. Mm-hmm. So we try to provide the mentorship that can help our finalists try to solve these challenges by themselves.
Okay, so Doctor, you're actually started pursuing a career in the United States. Tell me more about the decision to go there and not maybe in Egypt.
Yeah. So I had this dream of trying to actually do something for the country when I was a medical student, and I found that it's really hard to learn more about science and become a good scientist or a good physician that can have a lot of skills and can cope up with the most recent technology while being in Egypt. And that's why I took my decision, I made my decision, and I decided to continue my education abroad after finishing my medical school. So after finishing, I actually did a couple electives during my last year of medical school in the United States. And after finishing those electives, I applied to different universities, and I was lucky enough to receive 3 offers from big universities over there, and I ended up at Harvard.
So with the cultural background of the United States, and a group of the members of NIGMA also has the citizenship of the United States, or lived actually in the United States, what are you bringing to the table here to the youth that you're trying to help?
So mainly we'd like to participate in what's happening in Egypt. I think the Egyptian revolution gave a lot of hope, a lot of energy for people, that we can do something. Yes, we can, as many actually felt that day. And it's not like we will provide something for the youth rather than we can participate in the action, but from our place.
A helping hand, maybe.
Exactly. And we felt that we have some skills, we felt that we have some connections, we felt that we can do something abroad, we can actually form kind of organization that can partner with many people on the ground, so we can provide like the bridge between the Western culture and what's happening in the West, what's happening here in Egypt, and that's how we felt that we can provide something, and that's why we started this organization.
Well, Doctor, you said that you started thinking, among other partners, of course, about this idea in Egypt NEGMA after the revolution. So after the revolution, that was about 2 years ago, maybe now.
Yep.
Yeah. So what's different challenges that you've faced back then in Egypt after the revolution of 2011, and we're going now to 2013. Is there any difference between the challenges that you faced back then and now?
So the first challenge that we faced at that time, I remember, was to build up your credibility. When you go and talk with people that you'd like to start something, everyone at that moment wants to start something. So why people will invest in you, why people will really help you. And we depend on our personal credibilities, so our personal connection at that moment to start this organization. We were very lucky to have amazing partners here on the ground and also in the United States that helped us a lot with a lot of facilities, a lot of experience, expertise, and so many connections as well. I think we built up a very good credibility through our last year conference. Today we are expanding. We are very lucky to have an amazing organizing committee for this year conference that actually are from all over the United States and here in Egypt as well. So people are trying to help each other to organize such a conference in Boston. We have our conference chair. She's from Washington, Seattle. She pretty much managed the whole conference through Skype and emails, which is amazing. I don't think it's really something that we are very familiar with, to head an organization or head a conference without being there physically. So I believe last year or 2 years ago there were a couple of challenges to build up this credibility, but after we built it, we found many people were really
From outside of Egypt or inside it?
both of them.
Both of them.
Both of them.
So tell me more about the image of Egypt itself after the revolution maybe, or at the time of the revolution itself in the United States and after it.
At that moment, there were mixed feelings during the revolution. Is it going to happen? Is it going to really succeed or not? After, of course...
What were you thinking back then?
Yeah.
As an Egyptian living in America?
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
But after stepping down of
Hosni Mubarak.
Hosni Mubarak, I think there was a lot of hope, a lot of motivation, a lot of energy. Everyone felt that they really want to do something for the country. That moment, there was huge amount of energy that can be used somewhere, somehow, and that's when we started our organization and we asked people to help us. There were tons of people that were really interested to help us at that moment. 2 years after that, which is right now, I feel kind of like there's still hope, but not as much as 2 years ago. Because what happened during the past 2 years? There were a lot of frustration. People were having a lot of expectation from the current government, a lot of expectation from people in power, regardless if they are from Muslim Brotherhood or from different political parties.
From the new president.
Or from the new president
Yes.
as well. And those hopes, those expectations were not met, so there was a lot of frustration as well. But still, I feel that many Egyptians still have some energy and they still have motivation to help the country, but they want a vision for this country, and which I personally believe we still lack this vision. Nobody understands what's going on in the country. Nobody understands where are we heading. Are we going towards to focus more on education, on healthcare, on the
Are we going to focus on anything at all?
on development, or
Yeah.
what? So that's a problem.
With this uncertainty, what are you dreaming of and what are you aspiring of if we're speaking at Nigma as a non-profit organization?
So Egypt Nigma is a political organization. We try to really be away from politics. We don't like to get involved in politics because we know that being in politics or getting involved in politics can really hurt any organization, especially if you are coming from abroad and trying to help as an Egyptian living abroad, but try to help on the ground. There are a lot of this reputation that Egyptians coming from outside may be kind of related to the American government or something like that. So we try to be apolitical. So we really try to stand away from this. But if you ask me about what I aspire personally, I really hope that we can have somebody that can come to us and say, this is the vision, this is our vision in the next 5 years, this is our vision in my term, in the next 4 years, we will accomplish 2, 3.
Yes.
We'll focus on education and we will invest a certain amount of money in this education, healthcare.
A possible plan maybe.
Yeah, possible plans. Even if it's not that realistic, but I need to see something. I need to see something so I can really either like wait to see those results, or to help him or to help the government accomplish these results. But currently we don't see that, and I hope we can, one day soon, we can really have somebody or have a government that can really come to us and say, we have this vision for you.
Right, let's be optimistic about that. Thank you very much, Dr. Ahmed Samir, the Nigma Egypt co-founder. It was a pleasure talking to you tonight.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This brings us to the end of Nile Cruise for tonight. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you, Sharif, for being with us tonight.
Thank you very much, Ahmed, and don't forget to send us your comments or questions on Nile Cruise on Nile TV. You'll find us on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. Thanks for watching, and have a pleasant night. Goodbye.
Good night.